do an insight video today. Yesterday I was at the gym and I was just thinking about a few things, or Saturday I was, and there was a few things coming through. One of the things was about we were talking about I was listening to something around the higher self, and I was just trying to sort of like connect into this. What is the higher self? What is that aspect of spirit? What is that aspect of our being? And what I came up with was like, the more I connect into these light bodies and these light frequencies, that is an aspect of my higher self, but it's also an aspect of source energy that connects me to the source energy, brings through infinite information, infinite insight, and infinite sort of understanding and wisdom. It also connects to the infinite realities in a sense that light is this expansive sort of energy, and it's sort of like everything is light and energy, especially when you start to sort of talk about higher dimensions, especially beyond like the fifth dimension, sixth, seventh, and as you go higher, these realms are of just energy and light. So I was trying to go within myself, and I've been sort of using these universal laws for quite a while now, or starting to really get into the universal laws and how I can apply those to my life, and I think they're really, really important. I was listening to things the other day, and I was listening to a couple of like spiritual sort of ladies that were doing like a podcast, and they were doing like a reading, and every time the reading came up and people were talking about looking for some insight, the spiritual laws could be applied for every single situation that they were talking about, and it started to sort of like really open my eyes to this sort of the spiritual laws, and how they can be used and how they can be integrated, but how they're so essential to ascension, and also our own sort of development, and our own expansion in consciousness, but also our opening to our own source, and our higher selves, and obviously our own spirit. So it's sort of like when I start to look into it more and more, especially with the universal laws, it wasn't something that I was necessarily sort of drawn to, but the more I'm now spending time sort of like looking at the laws and applying them to my life, the more they're making sense, and the more they're bringing harmony to my life. So there's a lot happening around our development and our expansion at the moment, and I really feel like this around sort of like with this sort of energy of the universal laws are very much connected to the ascended masters and the celestial beings. But I also feel there's a very strong presence of angels. I've woken up the last couple of days with like this golden light, and I can see in my mind's eye, I can see a golden light, I can see a blue light, I can see some white light, but all of this is connected like into angelic wings, or angelic energies. I also see a yellow color, which is very creative. It's very about creation at the moment. I also feel like this is like a light color yellow. It's very much around illumination as well. It's about expression. It's about expression, creation. I always feel like this sort of energy connects to sort of like I want to say like Uriel angels, the Uriel angel that helps to sort of like express and create, brings courage for us as we start to sort of like walk and expand on our sort of like our spiritual journey. But I also feel like it opens up. I feel like my heart's starting to open up. I also feel the blue is very much connected to like Archangel Michael, who is definitely the protector, but he also brings his infinite wisdom and infinite sort of energy. They talk about a blue flame that of knowledge, wisdom, healing, and protection that Michael brings, and this obviously dissolves any kind of flames that you see within a spiritual insight. Is very much around dissolving, purifying, and releasing, and it's very much symbolic. And when you sort of like you look at a phoenix, the phoenix is very much about raising from the ashes, but that's symbolic of raising consciousness, raising energy, raising understanding. And as you start to do that, you express yourself on a higher level. You express yourself on a higher level of light, energy, and sort of wisdom. Also, I'm getting a lot around the iron presence at the moment. A lot of sort of, I feel like with the iron presence that's been given to us, it's very much around creation, but it's in creation through sound and light and energy. But it's a sound that we're given, like I am is like a self affirming sort of mantra that once you use it, it instantly creates and instantly sort of manifests. And that's why it's so important at the moment that we use this. I've got lots of colours going on in my head at the moment as I sit there, and I'm connecting in these energy and lights flowing up and down my heart chakra, I've got like pink, I've got blue, I've got yellow, I've got white. All these colours are starting to flow, and now green's just flowing in as well. So there's all these different colours that are coming in as I start to talk, which can be connected to many different sort of aspects. You've got like pink, which is harmony, light, energy, balance. Green, which is knowledge, wisdom, heart, energy, new growth, new understanding, new awareness. You got blue, which is the healing again, the wisdom, the understanding, the communication. White, purification, expansion. Also holds the many different sort of vibrations of light and energy in them, and the flowing through. But they can also be connected to the ascended masters. So you've got like the blue is Almora, but it also connects to Archangel Michael. Then you've got yellow, which is Lord Lanto, which is about the illumination of the heart. And then you've got like blue, no, pink, which is very much Lady Nada, or no, Paul Venetian, but it connects to Lady Nada as well. Then you've got green, which is Helion, which is very much about sort of like creation, and a true reflection of creation. It's about again opening up to that source energy, that source awareness and consciousness that in our lives. So a lot of things are going on at the moment, but this light energy that I've been given, or like if I awaken to this light body, it's very much my higher self. When I'm in that place, I'm at peace, I'm serenity, but I'm also calm, connected, and I'm also very much secure in that energy. And it's about letting go and dissolving, and I keep feeling this more and more. It's very much dissolving the third dimensional reality, and you've got loads of tools. You've got the universal law of oneness. You can use that as the I am presence. You can say I am one with the universal source. I am light. You can say things like this: I am truth, I am love. All these kind of mantras that you can be using with the I am presence at the moment. This is what it's been given. So awaken to your source energy, awaken to your higher self, so you can start to use it. There's beautiful white light, there's beautiful blue, beautiful pink, beautiful green, beautiful yellow. All these colours are flowing, and I can just feel them flowing out of my heart center as I start to talk about this. So I know these energies are really, really flowing. As they flow, they just expand the energy field, and they dissolve anything that's in the way. Anything that's of lower frequencies is dissolved instantly. And this is what I feel this I am presence does as well. It instantly dissolves these lower energies, so you can move to this higher intentions and higher outcomes. And it's a very, very, very spiritual and very powerful mantra. It also sort of awakens to that sense. The I am presence is also awakening to that you are like a part of the co-creation, and that you're part of this source energy that you can create. And this is what I mean by this I am presence, that it's an infinite thing, that as soon as you use it, it's an infinite manifestation. So walk around using these mantras in your head. I am light, I am source energy, I am connect, I am one with the infinite source of light and energy. And I work for all beings of light, for healing and for truth. And it's just awakening to those aspects of spirit. You can just use any kind, you can use this I am presence in any kind of I am light, I am energy, I'm love, and I am an infinite source for healing and for healing and wisdom. I am heaven on earth. There's many ways that you can use this I am presence. I'm just trying to think of things off the top of my head. I usually say that I am source. I am connected to source. I am source energy. I am part of I am the infinite source. I am light. I am energy. I am truth. I am love. I work for all beings, for all beings for the highest outcome. I am here for service for all beings of the highest outcome. I am here as an energy, as a channel, and you can use it in many different ways. I'm trying to get, just trying to think of things off the top of my head, because I think it's important to start to use that I am presence and start to feel what resonates with you. Again, with this light energy that's been coming through, the words that I had the other day was like ringing true, the things that ring true. And the ringing is symbolic again of communication, of the frequency of energy, and communication that's coming from the spirit world and the spiritual realms and from the source. And it was again talking about this light energy. When I'm in this light energy, I am connected to my higher self. Here you see, I am connected to my higher self. Can you hear me? I'm even using the language now when I'm talking about I am connected to my higher self, or I am my higher self. So you even shift it again. It's not I am connected to my higher self, because that's saying you're separate. No, you're saying I am my higher self. When I am in light and energy, I am my higher self, and I express and I am expressing my highest outcomes, my highest ideals, and this is for the greatest good of all. That's what you can kind of say with the I am presence, and this is why it's so important. And again, these universal laws help you with this, because the universal law of oneness, you start to see that everything's interconnected, that we're all spirit, and everything's energy and light. And once you start to realise that, then you know that what you send out there obviously has a cause and effect. Again, with the universal law of cause and effect, and again, it always also connects to correspondence, which is this tenfold law, or where you know what you send out. If you give freely, you receive back tenfold. But obviously, that works the other way as well, because everything has polarity. The universal law of polarity. There's a positive and a negative. So if you sending out, you know, if you're not giving freely and you're sending out with jealousy, hurt, and then it comes back as well. So it works both ways. You got the universal law of correspondence again, which is about this you know, inner worlds and outer worlds, but again, this is about this source energy that's within yourself, and when you connect into that, that is it. It starts to connect that outer reality where you're more spiritual. Again, I was like reading or listening to an audio book that said that the light shall set you free, and that is so true. That rings so true to me. Again, that rings true. So that connects to your higher self. Your higher self is also this intuition, this deep knowing and knowledge and understanding, where you know something, that's your higher self speaking to you as well. So it's about recognizing when your higher self is communicating and working with you as well. The universal law of inspired action, again, where you go within yourself, you connect into that energy, and you start to sort of really connect. It's all about getting into oneness and connecting with that source, and then it connects to the universal law of vibration as well. As we start to turn these vibrations around and these frequencies, then things start to expand, the energy starts to expand, we start to move, we start to create, we start to flow again. It's the universal source, it's the flow of the universe, and which we're part of, and we're born of that. So we can't be separate of it, because we are, I am it, I am source energy. So it's about awakening to that again, and this is what this consciousness is about, this collective consciousness, and awakening. And this is what the dissolving of the third dimensional reality and the fourth and the fifth. But this light energy and this light body that I connect into, I feel it's not just a fifth dimensional reality. It's a lot higher. It goes to different realities above that as well. And again, this is the universal law of oneness. Everything, all realities, all consciousness is connected. Nothing is separate. We're only seeing certain levels of consciousness on this planet because of where we're at, and what we're doing, and how we create. And also the frequency. So it's also about trying to go to really the center of the planet, and the heart, the center, like Gaia, Mother Earth, and really sending energy, sending your source energy to Mother Earth, so we can start to create this kind of vision, this vision of heaven on earth, which is what everybody's talking about, this fifth dimensional reality, heaven on earth. This is what we're here to do now. So I say that you need to, it's about sort of like really starting to recognize. So if you're starting to get intuition and things that you're knowing that, you know, you don't know where that's come from, that's your higher self starting to talk to you. That's your spirit starting to talk to you, and they're starting to connect with source. You're starting to flow with source. So, you know, take time to try and really open up and awaken to that, because that will really serve you, especially in these times to come, as we're starting to shift and lose the physical and the objective world, and we're starting to move into the energetic world, which is the higher dimensions again, which is the fifth dimensional reality. So we really need to do that as soulful and spiritual beings, and this is what this time's about. That's the insight for today.